Seventh play coming now on this opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. Harris is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus-pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Great.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
73.
Here's Hurts to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Oh, man, it's my jersey. What are you doing? Come on, guys. How does this have to happen?
Their boy down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They're going to try and throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. He's got this to Pickens. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. Najee Harris. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They go play action with Hurts. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's got this down to the 35. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson changing the play. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wilson. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Boswell's kick is good, and that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. That is caught. It's the tight end guy. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Hurts. Keeps him, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. $17-0 our score after one. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
Time to shine, fellas. Over. Exploit them here on this run.
Hurts sets up to throw it. This short throw caught by Goddard. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. On the give, this is Harris. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go for a touchdown. But the runs that really make it work are the ones where you just get what you need, right? And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
Oh, this one, he may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Here's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From midfield now, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Warren. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jaylen Warren, 40 yards. And the Steelers are able to widen their advantage. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they get this right field across the 45. A first down carry for Barkley. Still going inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 54 yards. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop it.
Elliott good with the PAT. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Wilson. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is well short of the first. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it'll be second down. Now run straight ahead with Warren, powering forward. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
This one brought in by Jefferson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now it's Wilson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Again, Wilson. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Steelers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission.
63.
They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play in this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
88 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Barkley inside handoff. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Hurts to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that's going to be caught downfield by Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 55 yards. And the Eagles get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And they can't bring him down. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
And Barkley did not get there. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. Up the middle with Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll take this one down to the 36. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Tackled back at the 28-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Hurts. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a 4-yard shy of 5. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first. Now back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Throwing is Hurts. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out.
Homies can trade your outfit.
Third and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that big-time drive right there? If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there. They went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Complete to Austin here over the middle. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now it's Wilson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are right back in this football game. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2nd and 6. Play action. Here's Hurts rolling to his right. this one is incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. And here he'll get it down to the 7. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Harris. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Boswell good with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Now they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. Here's a give to Barkley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Eagles on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
63, 63, 63.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Hurts. Goes right back to Smith again. Now 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. A handoff to Barkley, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. This short throw caught by Goddard, and he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing now is Wilson. It's brought in by Harris. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Harris running straight ahead. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. Now Wilson. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Wilson wants to throw it. Steps away. Here's one deep for Pickens. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Wilson to throw. On the move to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. This is 1st and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse...
I came in nothing but some raps, the clothes on my back, them L-Dogs. is debonair. I'm talking about a black man's heaven here. Shorty, we going where the destination is manifested. We learn how to collect reparations and invest it. I went from dressing the coldest to catching the COVID to blessed with success to promote it to just
Yeah, buddy, you ready or not? Don't really care if you was or you wasn't LeBron. From now on, I'm calling the shots. I don't really care about your hating little daddy LeBron. Your mammy's a pity. Anytime I get beside myself, I remind myself from think I gotta go through. I don't like therapists, I don't like most. You love me, my go-to. Love a team blind on top like Goku. Just left Noble, back in my dojo. Channel like Aura, got the whole Roku. Been big dog from the Tether Road, told you. Wait, don't even know you. Step right, I'm a long trip. Blick at my VIP. Snicker my. Won't break, won't miss. Rich took his chick, I know. We talking start like ball hype. Pretty face guy like, bruh, how do I exist? In the gym every day, I'm gonna miss. Some of daddy like, boy, don't blow my assist. I got it. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You're gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You're gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated.
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the north shore of the Allegheny and Ohio rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And we're off from Acrisure. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Wilson airing it out to start. And his first pass falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson finds a man right side. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Offense up to the line fast. Wilson on 3rd down. That's going to be caught by Washington. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, it's Wilson. It's caught. That's Mike Williams. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Wilson out of the pistol. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
A 3rd down run with Harris. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Working quickly here. Ross out of the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. Only 1 yard, but when all you need is an inch or two, Brock, that'll still move the chains.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense in the hurry up here. This is Harris on second down. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That's Gregory Rousseau who cleaned up that play. Now Wilson on third and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Warren. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Blitz coming, Russ. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers finish up an excellent opening series. George Pickens the touchdown. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Ty Johnson now to return. Return's looking good so far. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Allen comes out throwing. That finds his man. It's Keon Coleman. He's got a gain of 6 there. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 4. He's on the move. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking for Keon Coleman on that throw. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Straight ahead, here's Cook. Jukes one defender. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a third down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Couldn't connect with Amari Cooper. And now it's 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Back to the air, Allen. Fits it through the middle. He's got it in the red zone. Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills finish off their opening drive. Keon Coleman, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills start off well to tie things 7-7. Bass now to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion right. They'll start with a give to Harris. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Hey, look, Coach, you can't just ask coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're looking at first down here. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 3. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
3rd and short here, trying to pass. Short pass brought in. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Now here's Russ. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. Working quickly here. Throwing on 3rd, Wilson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Offense in the hurry up here. On 4th down, Wilson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Taylor rapping to pick that one off. And the Bills take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Here's Allen. Complete. It's Cooper. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Cook trying this one up the gut. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 8. Finds a seam down the middle. Hits the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Keon Coleman, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Bass now to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Offense up to the line fast. From the 33 on 2nd down. Got Williams, and it's complete. Get some space around midfield. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Wilson on 1st and 10. Gets this one to Harris. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. Working quickly here. Running behind center with Harris. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Daquan Jones with the tackle on that play. Third down, 1 yard to go. Staying on the ground with Harris. And he tried to power it forward, but I don't think he got it. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
First down throw for Allen. This will be caught by Cooper. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll run it with Cook. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one. I think it's safe to say that without that ball being tipped, we are looking at a big game. It's a missed opportunity to push that offense, but an even better play defensively to deny the throw.
They'll go, Allen. He connects downfield on 4. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Looking for Keon Coleman that time. So 2nd down coming up. Allen gonna throw again. Caught near the goal line. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Bass now to kick this away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. Russ setting to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Boswell on to send this away. Johnson with a return here. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Cook. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4. Offense in the hurry up here. Again, it's Cook. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Play action now. Allen. That's caught for the 1st. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Run down, and at the end he loses the football. It's knocked free.
You want to talk about a heartbreaker? That is 6 points they just watched bounce out of the end zone. You know what? And that could be just as crushing, Kate, for their defense as it is for the guys who just coughed it up. Why? Because they were ready to go out there and defend with some momentum. But now they've got to turn it all around with 6 fewer points of support.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Wilson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Now Wilson on the play fake. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Russ looking to throw. It's taken in by Washington. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. Najee takes this one. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Harris gets it on the draw. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st down, it's Wilson. Taken in by Harris. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Making the stop that time, Taron Johnson. Russ now from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. They give to Harris from the gun. He'll cobble together a yard there. Ed Oliver there to make the stop. Offense up to the line fast. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Fourth down, here's Wilson. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Picked off by Terrell Bernard. Reaches the 40. Into the red zone. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. After the pick, here's Wilson. Buys time, rolling right. On the move, looking deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 25. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. First down throw from Wilson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Pat Freiermuth, the touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers get it back to a 14-point game. Now Boswell on to send this away. This return starts at the 5. He's got a lane up past the 30. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. Hand off to the up back. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Well, Kate, that's a quick hitter to the big guy. And that's what you normally expect to see out of it. Not a huge gain, just picking up a little bit before they stall him out.
Now run by Cook. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Working quickly here. They just get the play off. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this third quarter. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but... Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Play action, it's Wilson. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. On play action now, Wilson. Flushed out of the pocket. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Wanted to get that one to Mike Williams. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're staring at 4th and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could...
Oh, my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Taylor rapping to pick that one off. And the Bills get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Allen now on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
And he reaches the 17-yard line as he's hauled down. Allen on 3rd down. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Fourth down. Here's Allen. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. Coleman with the grab. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he's brought down for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. They'll try the right side with Cook. Dives for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Bills have likely locked up the win right there. It's a James Cook touchdown. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group. All 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front. Receivers got to block on the perimeter. They all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Bass now to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Wilson now from the gun. It's taken in by Williams. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down, here's Russ. He puts some power on a deep one left. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on first down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun handoff to Warren. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense up to the line fast. Wilson with it on first. And they pick him off again. Taylor rapping to pick that one off. And the Bills get the football back across midfield before going down inside the 45-yard line on the return.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Looking for the back that time. And it's going to be second down. Back to the air, Allen. Fits it through the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. First and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Intercepted in the end zone. Minkah Fitzpatrick has got it.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Now long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
This finds Austin complete. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Warren quick on the draw. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. They've got to keep moving quick here. Wilson on first and 10. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Dorian Williams makes the play. And the Bills take it away once again. The fifth time they've intercepted in this game. Here's first and 10 from the 34. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. That's Kincaid with a catch out left. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down. All right, one more snap to play here. The outcome's decided here, but we got a timeout with 2 seconds on the clock so they can think it over before their final play. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. On first down, Allen. And the defender comes away with it. Minkah Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line. So the Bills fight their way to a win on the road. Man, this one is gonna sting, partner. You pride yourself on defending your building, getting those home victories. Instead, you end up taking a bitter pill today in front of your own fans.
Well, as one coach famously said, we're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati. That's all these guys could do after giving one up at home. Just look ahead to the next game. Focus on prepping for the next opponent and working your tail off, and make up for losing in front of the home crowd by giving your fans something to cheer about the next time out.
Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my whole cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen.
Something new. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how Rough Riders roll. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how Rough Riders roll. Snitches wanna try, snitches wanna lie, the snitches wonder why, snitches wanna die. All I know is pain, all I feel is rain. I cannot maintain with madness on my brain. I resort to moving silence like you don't know what I style is. New York so wild. My dogs is with it. You want it? Come and get it. Took it, then we split it. Damn right we did it. What you gonna do when we run up on you? Messing with the wrong crew. Don't know what we going through. I'ma have to show how easily we. Let me find out there's some more that's running with Joe. Nothing we can't handle. Break it up and dismantle. Light it up like a candle. Just cause I can't stand you. Put my on tapes like you busting grapes. Think you holding weight and you haven't met the apes. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how Rough Riders roll. Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop. Oh, no, that's how Rough Riders roll. Yo, it's y'all people crazy? Be Swayze, stop acting like a baby. Mind your business, lady. Nosy people get it too. When you see me spit at you, you know I'm trying to get rid of you. Yeah, I know it's pitiful. That's how get down. Watch my get round. Make you suckers kiss ground. Just for talking. Oh, you think it's funny? Then you don't know me, money. It's about to get ugly. Whatever, dog, I'm hungry. I guess you know what that means. Come up off that ravine. Don't make it a scene. Give a dog a bone. Leave a dog alone. Let a dog roam and he'll find his way home. Home of the brave. My home is the cave. And yo, I'm a slave to my home is the grave. shop. Oh, no, that's how rough riders roll.
Man, look what you done started. Act written, you got it. Had it, should've shot it. Now you're dealing departed. Get at me, dog, gonna rip. This one here, I flip. No, when I kick, gonna be some slick. What would that look for when I walked in the door? Oh, you thought you was raw? Cause now you on the floor. Wishing you never saw me walk through that door. With that. Now it's time for bed. 2 more to that. Got the floor blow. Yeah, that. Another unsolved mystery. It's going down in history. They never did to me. Can't get to me. Got to make a move. Got a point to prove. Gotta make them groove. Got them all like, ooh. So to the next time you hear this dog rhyme, try to keep your mind on get prime.
Stop, drop, shut them down, open up shop.
Count me in still up. The broken glass of a bottle makes a Jagger rock. Right now I got 2 shaky hands, only one way to stop.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium.